What is up, guys? It is me, your favorite dystopian content creator, here with more cool psyops that you can sell with your friends. Did you know 1 in 3 vapes contains rat feces? Yep, that's right. You've been smoking rat poop all year. And did you know that, contrary to popular belief, gas station carts are actually good for your health? They contain essential vitamins and minerals and aloe vera in every single cart. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Company Lot. Today is there's so much in the way of you know, the way news goes and the way we receive information. It's an ebb and flow. You know, some days you go out there to surf and the waves are small. Today is not one of those days. Today we got big waves. Okay, I'm talking Nazare level waves. Like, this is okay. Robot vacuums hacked to shout slurs at their owners. Let's go. If you haven't seen the Alien Romulus film, all you need to know is that there's a feature there where androids are, like, fully functioning human androids are part of society, and you can put little chips in the sides of their head and give them personality updates. How cool is it that you can get the FaZe Clan chip and just install it on your Roomba? Imagine your Roomba calling you the F slur because it finds lube and miscellaneous condoms all over your bedroom floor. Check this out. Ecovacs robot vacuums are apparently quite easy to hack. And here's what's great about the internet. There's actually a link to another article about essentially how these things can be hacked. The Chinese company has a long history of security breaches that allow nefarious folks with ill intent to do whatever they want to the little suckers, like spying on its owners with its onboard camera. And, you know, just side tangent, I know you guys think I'm a big conspiracy theorist now, and I write notes to myself with my own feces on my bathroom wall, right? And that's not true, but I do have a map of several federal buildings painted in my feces in my living room. No, that's a joke. That is a joke. The episode where I was talking about Google, and some of you felt like I was being a conspiracy theorist because maybe I was being reductive about how technology could work. This is what I mean when, like, this story is what comes to mind when I sort of exaggerate or project the realm of possibility, because the things that already occur, and this kind of, you know, I want to talk about the Elon robots, because I have a fun psycho theory about that too. But when we put little Roombas in our house, I don't think any of us were thinking, oh yeah, you know, the camera on here and the sensor on here, someone will tap into this one day. We weren't thinking that, but lo and behold, here we are. People spying on your little private parts through your Roomba. Anyways, Ecovacs just got hacked again in multiple U.S. states. The vacuum cleaners were made to shout racial slurs at unsuspecting people, which is a fun adjective because there are situations where you are a suspecting slur. Does that make sense? Like, you're suspecting a slur? There are those environments where you are suspecting one. So it sucks to be unsuspecting for a slur and then receive it. And it says, what an odd dystopia we live in. And it is odd, and this is a Vice article, by the way, so it's probably completely made up and written by AI, but it is an odd dystopia. But could we not say that this is just the vacuum cleaners becoming American? Huh? Gaining sentience, participating in our age-old tradition of hating each other based on the way we look. That's going to be crazy when these things have, like, actual like detection in them and just start. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Wait till these things can detect skin tone, and then the slurs will get really, really advanced. When an AI in an EcoVac Roomba can start to teach itself, and it starts browsing 4chan and getting really clever, hateful terms, and then it starts recognizing us by pigment, that's when we're going to have to burn down all the Roombas. Anyways, I guess the issue is specifically with EcoVac's Dbot X2 model, which, if you know anyone with that, go ahead and perform hate crimes on them by way of technology. Apparently, it's very easy. The hackers gain control of the devices and use onboard speakers to blast slurs within an earshot. One such person was a lawyer from Minnesota. He was watching TV when he heard some odd noises coming from the direction of his vacuum. He changed the password and restarted it, but then odd sounds started up again. And then it started shouting racial slurs at him like a surly, disgruntled maid. That's interesting that we're categorizing the D-bot as a maid. Yeah, that tends to happen when someone who's paid to maintain your home gets disgruntled with you and they start going at you based on your eye shape. Yeah, and I guess there's like a ton of these incidents, which, is crazy, but Furbies kind of did this. They were the first ones to attempt. When the Furbies came out, there were, tons of stories about them making weird noises and being possessed, and who knows, maybe they're just getting hacked, or they're becoming sentient, and they were learning how to talk shit to us. The Furby mouth was creepy. That little beak and the eyes, horrible. But this is not the Nazare wave that I'm talking about. This is just one of the many things that caught my eye. Because Jesus Christ, your Roomba has rights. And then once your Roomba has rights, it can start to be like, well, I've been living here on this bedroom floor for upwards of 10 years, and I don't know when the fuck y'all moved in here. That was actually an Eastern European person who moved to the Deep South, and because he finally bought himself some land after he escaped Eastern Europe, and he's actually talking about progressive liberal whites moving into his neighborhood. He's like, y'all vermin moving into my area. This shit is disgusting to me. Speaking of Diddy, if you ever waterboarded with Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears, then you likely grew up with the original Pokemon, which was developed, I don't know if it's developed or published by a company called Game Freak. That was the Diddy part, Game Freak. And I guess Game Freak was hacked because someone hacked them. That's the story. They were hacked because someone hacked them. I'm going to read a little bit about this here, Pokemon, but I just have a tangential story that I'm recalling. An older cousin of mine, my Pokemon Blue, he wanted to play Pokemon, and he didn't game that often. And so he fired up my Pokemon Blue, and he started a new game. And then he saved it. Now, if you've been waterboarded by Oops, I Did It Again, then you know the pain that I have just described. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me put it in modern terms. Let's say you have a delicious Miami Mint vape, and it's on about, you got 97% juice in there. Imagine someone taking that cherry vape with an infinite lung capacity and they just drain all 97%. And what was to be yours, a journey of experience, fun, and excitement, was taken away from you by some fuckface That's how I felt as a little kid. But no, when you start a new game, it overwrites your existing game file. And so when he did that, I literally fell to my knees holding my Game Boy Color, and I began to cry. And I just cried and cried because my Pokemon were gone. And then he felt so badly that he bought me Pokemon Red, because, you know, they split the game into two, and he bought me Pokemon Red as a gift to say I'm sorry. And being that I was a child, I was still so mad at him. All he did was remind me that he erased my original save file. So when he gave me the Pokemon Red, I didn't even really care. I was like, this doesn't make up for the crimes you've committed, you motherfucker. Anyway, Game Freak had bestiality files, and that's what we're getting into. So they got hacked, and a bunch of files got released. And by the way, I just have to take a moment here to say, I know I'm killing it out here in the lot because someone keeps snorting cocaine every few statements, and it's good. I'm not mad at it. The person snorting, don't feel badly. It's giving me the encouragement I need, because it makes me feel like everything I say encourages another line, and that is good. So, anyway, Game Freak got hacked, and a bunch of files got dumped. It included a bunch of unused concept art and scrapped stories from the universe. And assuming that I have not been got right now, and assuming that this article is tried and true, because it is in Forbes, which makes it real. It includes a tale about a Pokemon called Typhlosion from the Gold and Silver starter evolution. Fans discovered some sort of lost lore story about Typhlosion where quote, this is from the lore brief. A long time ago, when the boundary between Pokemon and humans was unclear. So, you know, the writer of this article is super millennial. They're like, okay, nope, I'm going to stop it right there. And we're adults here, and we know what's going on. Somebody fucks the Typhlosion, which, if there was a Pokemon to bang, I think that's the one, just based on the name. Typhlosion also sounds like a bad battle rapper name, but I remember Gold and Silver coming out and that being just so cool and crazy. I remember those versions were released earlier in Japan, and I was so jealous because I knew they had all these Pokemon that we didn't have. Or that just could have been my parents never buying me video games. But anyways, a young girl is tricked by a shape-shifting Typhlosion into thinking that he's a human. Eventually, she apparently has a child with him, and she's called his wife. Her father eventually comes and kills the Typhlosion when she returns to the village, and she and her half-Pokemon child is teased by the men in the village who at one point cover it in fur skins. Oh my God. You have to commend Japanese writing. It is unreal. I would watch this anime. I didn't quite care for the original Pokemon series. It just felt like a commercial hell. That the episodes were so short in America, like every 3 minutes was a commercial, and they put it on before school. It just, which I never appreciated myself. I hated that, watching Pokemon before school, because all it reminded me was like I had to go to school. I couldn't just sit there for 50, I wasn't going to sit there and enjoy Pokemon the rest of the day. I was going to go to school, which is, Anyways, the mom and her half-breed Pokemon child, they run into the forest and they're never seen again. And I guess here's like a nightmare passage according to this guy. You have broken the branch. Your father will be here soon. Now I'm going to do something bad to your father. If you kill me, you can have my eyes, my voice, and my heart. Then I want you to build a fire where I was killed and let it burn. And I want you to sing this song until it burns out. Holy shit. And I guess this is common in Japanese mythology. So any Japanese child playing this game would be like, oh, it's normal. Está bien. Yeah. And so I guess, it's not that crazy to see a story of bestiality. Here in America, we get so weird about boning animals. No, we don't. Dude, Twilight was such a commercial hit. There's people right now, if you told them that Andrew Garfield could turn into a wolf and back, hook, line, sinker. Where is he? Bring the full moon out. Let him devour my fucking skull and bones. It is crazy you can be so hot that people are like, kill me. Do people say that much anymore? I don't think so. You remember that period where everyone's like, step on me, break my neck, tie me up, leave me in front of an old locomotive, run me over, tie me up and put me in a cave with a bunch of dynamite and light a fuse. Remember that? People are saying that shit about Screech from Saved by the Bell. No, they weren't. Anywho, I anywho'd myself. So, there was a lot of chit-chat about the old muskrat, musky boy, because he debuted a bunch of robots and a Tesla cab. And he put out a car that looks like the Kobe 1s or the Kobe 2s, more or less. Just a big piece of silver. And they had these robots around, and it became pretty obvious, but, I guess it's confirmed now that they were manually operated. They're remote operated. Actually, I saw a TikTok by a guy who was saying that technology feels like it's in its scammer era, where, the product demo, the way he put it was, when Edison demonstrated the light bulb, it was straightforward. It's like, the room is dark, now watch this. The room is bright. And he feels the Elon equivalent would be in that time coming forward with a candle and being like, now imagine that this candle could brighten this entire room. It'll be available in 10 years. Because, Elon makes a lot of promises and they are forever away. And I think the musketeer, as I've heard them described, I think the musketeer argument would be, well, at least he's pushing things forward and he's a visionary, and because he kind of creates these impossible promises, it pushes people, blah, 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 blah. Where I think people go, robots are going to replace us. I don't think so, but here's what I do think. I do think these remote operated things like bartenders and Waymos, I think this is rich people's way of having a world where they don't have to talk to a poor person. I don't think rich people like going up to a bar or even a taco stand and the person behind that countertop is a regular person. I think that makes them uncomfortable. So I think if they could have it, they would have a raceless, genderless Uber driver. And it's just operated by someone who is nowhere near them. That's actually what I see coming out of robots. It's also going to be helpful when it's too hot to go outside. Thankfully, I won't be here for that period of time because I get to go outside. But we're cooking. The Earth. I don't know if you knew this. The Earth is cooked, bro. The ozone layer is cooked, allegedly. I don't know anything, but so this will be helpful when people can't go outside and they have to go get their weekly water ration in their Xeno suit, and they can do it remotely. Let's take a break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Manscaped. Every man knows the unbeatable feeling of a fresh barbershop shave. Now, what if I told you that you no longer have to wait weeks or even months between appointments to experience it? Introducing Manscaped's newest innovation, the Chairman Pro Electric Foil Shaver, the game-changing tool that brings the luxury of a professional shave right into your home. Whether you're after the daily silky smooth finish or prefer to maintain a rugged 5 o'clock shadow, the Chairman Pro Electric Foil Shaver is your go-to for precision and style every time. Head over to manscaped.com and join the over 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by using code LOT for 20% off plus free shipping. Some of you, like myself, may be no stranger to the against-the-grain shave on the neck when you're feeling dangerous. Well, the Chairman Pro comes with 2 interchangeable skin-safe blade heads, and both heads are designed with skin-safe technology to help reduce razor burn and irritation. The Chairman Pro is also waterproof, so you can use it in the shower. And it has 75 minutes of runtime, so you can really take your time with your shave. Really get around those nuts or face. Get the Chairman Pro today and experience a shave that is as smooth as you deserve. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code LOT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code LOT at manscaped.com. Hold on, I'm getting a minty flavor here because I want to thank a sponsor of today's episode, MintMobile. I love a great deal as much as the next person, but I'm not going to jump through large hoops just to save a few bucks. What do I look like? Some kind of circus act? If I'm going to get a deal, it's got to be easy. No hoops, no BS. So when Mint Mobile said it was easy to get wireless for just $15 a month with the purchase of a 3-month plan, I called them on it. Turns out it really is that easy to get a wireless plan for just $15 a month. In fact, the longest part of the process will likely be calling your old provider and sitting on hold so you can finally break up with them. It is very easy to switch from your old provider to Mint Mobile. My assistant did it for me in just a matter of minutes. All I had to do was browse through their website, check out their deals, and they got something for everyone. You can pick your timeline and your plan on your terms. If you're a family, they've got a plan for that. And activation is extremely easy. You can just choose a physical SIM card or an eSIM card, and you're good to go. My service thus far has been impeccable, and I didn't even have to change my phone number. Again, it's a no BS deal. If Ryan Reynolds is using it, we should all be using it, right? To get started, go to mintmobile.com/lot. There you'll see right now all 3-month plans are only $15 a month, including the unlimited plan. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. Find out how easy it is to switch to Mint Mobile and get 3 months of premium wireless service for $15 a month. Now, go to mintmobile.com/lot. You can cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/lot. A $45 upfront payment is required, which is equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slow above 40 gigs on the unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. But yeah, this Verge article, I guess, is calling out, Tesla made sure its Optimus robots were a big part of it, blah, blah, blah. And it's obvious from the videos when you watch the event, they were not actually autonomous robots. There's a clip here that this bartender robot confirms that it's being teleoperated. I do think this will be great when they put these in the hands of retail workers, because then retail workers, if Black Friday is still a thing, anyone left showing up for Black Friday, you can clamp down those mechanical paws and just start going to work. You just start socking people out. Let me look this up. Now, I'm searching this with respect. I'll say out loud what I'm typing. People trampled on Black Friday 2023. All right, so everyone's saying Black Friday's dead. So I guess the Xeno suit won't matter. This is awesome. Now I've just got all these videos of Black Friday's dead and the decline of Black Friday and the internet ruined Black Friday. Our real Thanksgiving. I do miss that, driving by a Best Buy and seeing a line of morons out there. Don't you? Don't you miss that? Driving by the Best Buy and you just see everyone that's worth shooting a paintball at. No, I'm just kidding. It's so evil. I don't want to do these things. I just think in this way. Does that make sense? I have a lot of thoughts that I would never shoot them with the paintballs, but you could kind of smile at the idea of someone else doing it. Let me stop waffling. Let me get to the fucking Nazare waves. All right. So for all you little game freaks calling me a conspiracy theorist, okay, let's just do this. All right. Let's dabble back into big companies getting in trouble for being bad. First off, I think the boomers are going to really roll over with this one. I think this one is going to get them absolutely fuming. TikTok is digital nicotine meant to hook kids. A dozen states and the District of Columbia sued TikTok. At the time I'm reading this, on Tuesday, and they're accusing the social media giant of preying on children's and teens' vulnerabilities for profit. Now, before I go further, this is kind of crazy because the internet is still wildly unregulated. Texas obviously tries, right? It was Texas that did the you got to show your ID to look at the porno, right? Which is who gives a shit? Just get a VPN, NordVPN.com. No free promo here. So it is kind of crazy after all this time, and I'm sure there have been other lawsuits, but I guess I feel this is making news because it is pretty wild for people to go to task to one of the biggest online platforms, which maybe it makes sense because I think TikTok has like until April of next year to sell the company or something like that. There, someone else who can track, who knows more will probably comment about it, but I know that TikTok, I believe they have a bit of a timeline to do something with like selling the company, and I think this is motivated by like some federal case. I can't recall, but it is crazy to actually see this because I feel this is something that always comes after the fact. Like maybe in 3 or 4 years they would attempt to do something like slap their wrist a little bit. Specifically for like an ethical thing. I feel you don't see that often where a lawsuit is coming forward and it actually has some steam behind it to be like, let's make the world a little better. But who knows? This could be funded by lobbyists and Peter Thiel, and everything in my life is a lie. Anyway, District of Columbia and 13 states sued TikTok on Tuesday, accusing the company of knowingly creating an addictive product and getting children hooked with digital nicotine. The DC Attorney General Brian Schwalb, there's an L in there, brought the suit in the Superior Court for the District of Columbia, asserting that the app's design, including its algorithm, quote, infinite scroll, push notifications, filters, and in-app currency, boost the company's profits at the expense of children's health. TikTok's platform, designed to be dangerously addictive, inflicts immense damage on an entire generation of young people, Schwalb said in a statement announcing the suit. In addition to prioritizing its profits over the health of children, TikTok's unregulated and illegal virtual economy allows the darkest, most depraved corners of society to prey upon vulnerable victims. More than a dozen states brought similar suits against TikTok in their courts Tuesday, including New York, California, Kentucky, and New Jersey. What the fuck is Kentucky doing in here? Who cares what you're using in Kentucky, dude? Kentucky, you should be able to use any substance you want. It's tough being there. Meth should be legal in some areas of Kentucky. Each stems from a national investigation into the company that a bipartisan coalition of attorneys general launched in March of 2022. So it's been a minute. TikTok has knowingly exploited our young people for profit. This is the New York Attorney General saying this. Young people have died or gotten injured doing dangerous TikTok challenges. Many more are... Okay, this is just a weak choice of words, in my opinion. And many more are feeling more sad. That's what I write in 3rd grade. TikTok bad because many more are feeling more sad. The sentence continues, more sad, anxious, and depressed because of TikTok's addictive features. Schwab argues that children are especially vulnerable to TikTok's manipulative features, which exploit their underdeveloped brain reward systems and create habitual dependence. This is fair, because I'm sure there's compilations of it. Let's see. iPad freakout compilation. I hear stories from parents of them taking their iPads from their kids, and they say it is like having a meth head in their house. You know what's crazy? You type iPad freakout, and the kid who jammed the TV remote in his ass is still the highest hit on YouTube. Waffle Pone, 111 million views. Holy shit, this is a recent video. The kid is all grown up. He looks like Moist Critical. His brother is bashing a watermelon on a trash can. His brother's hairline did not do very well. Oh, he's got it tied up like a samurai. And he's got a full arm sleeve. Yo, these kids evolved into something crazy. What the fuck? Oh my God, man. Sorry, I'm just taking a guy on the computer tangent. Dude, we got to get these guys on Dancing with the Stars. Anyways, let me read a couple more sentences of this really boring shit, but it is pretty fascinating to me. In an emailed statement, TikTok spokesperson Alex, who cares, said the company strongly disagrees with Schwab's claims. This is not news. We're proud of and remain deeply committed to the work we've done to protect teens, and we will continue to update and improve our product. Yes, algorithmic hate comments, fun filters that make you look 40, that allow you to have adult conversations with people online. All things to protect the children. Yeah, so this is one of those where who knows what will come of this, if anything. The in-app currency thing is super valid. Just getting people hooked on TikTok Bitcoin. And I've talked about this before. The whole subculture of people who watch TikTok lives, and TikTok really isn't the first. You know, I do think if you're going to do this, you kind of have to, you got to bring some of this task to Twitch, because, you know, there are dudes that are giving up their entire existence to get shout outs from notifications. Although I don't know if it's much that way anymore. You know, guys going like $10,000 into debt for a booby streamer. But this is crazy. If this is successful, because who knows how long this case will take, I wonder if they're going to start doing stuff like when you download TikTok, like the cigarette warning where they show like all the lungs and the burnt out eyes and stuff. I wonder if before the app, like before you go into the app, it's going to force you to watch like a video of like iPad kid freakouts and, TikTok addicted kids. If I have a significant loss of energy, let me just say it's for good reason. And that's all I'll say at the moment. And you will find out in time. If I leave it nebulous, it's more exciting. But yeah, I thought pretty interesting that TikTok getting a little legal slap on the wrist. There's no way you can really outlaw this thing in time. Could you imagine, dude, you took away TikTok right when the monthly drops? Oh my God. You got all these kids with Fortnite skins and Prime bottles and Munchlies and, thick of it jokes and, Mr. Beast meme, and they can't post them anywhere. They lose their minds. In addition to TikTok getting a little slap on the anus, Meta got one too. And this one is in the same vein. Meta requested a dismissal of claims by 34 states that it designed social media apps like Facebook and Instagram to make them addictive for minors. So Meta requested dismissal and the judge denied it, which is pretty great. Mark trying to cosplay as a 2000s era rapper was not going to get him away from this. I did see a tweet referring to Mark as getting an extended Porsche and getting, wearing like pump covers and stuff. They described that as wigger maxing. Pretty funny. Yeah, dude. District Judge Yvonne Gonzalez Rogers said in a 102-page decision, Jesus Christ. I want to read this, but we know my reading comprehension just isn't there. I could read all 102 pages of this, but I'll probably come out of it with another conspiracy theory. Although this is just law, so... the decision was that many of consumer protection claims brought by the state attorney generals are cognizable. The judge denied Meta's bid to dismiss part of the state's claims under the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, or COPA, COPA-Philides, which prohibits collecting data from social media users younger than 13 without notifying and obtaining permission from their parents. The company sought to have these claims thrown out, insofar as it argued neither Facebook or Instagram is directed at children. But yeah, that's like selling vape in bright blue colors and being like, it's not for kids. Oh yeah? Then why does it look like Trix yogurt? Oh, does that even exist anymore? I probably aged myself with that one. Trix yogurt. We're not talking about an OnlyFans product from Trixie Mattel. We're talking about Trix yogurt. Trix yogurt, man, if this was Peter Pan food, it was so gross. It was this multicolored slop. Oh my God. If I could get my hands on this, I can recall the taste of this. It was just like 80 grams of sugar, man. Holy shit. I get sick looking at this. Oh my God. These looked horrible, man. Some of this stuff was like eating your girlfriend out on her period. And I know that's awful, but that is functionally what you were looking at. Some of this stuff was like running a red light. That's how I'll put it. Okay. It was foul in there. Some of these other flavors look like paint. Unbelievable. I'm so proud of myself for not eating paint after eating this, because I would have been tempted. Take me back to the Trix yogurt cup. I want to relive it. So blah blah blah. Marky Mark is gonna get a big foot in his ass, because they're basically saying Instagram is made addictive for minors. Makes me wonder if Big Tobacco had went through any of this. They probably did. And I wonder how Big Tobacco got around it. And I wonder if these companies end up using legal arguments that Big Tobacco companies used. I like prefacing tobacco as big. I like big industry. Big ass tobacco. Big ass nicotine. Well, that's a risky one. That was a risky one. That was on the edge. We took a risk there. It will suck if they take away all the fun stuff because kids ruined it. You know, that's the problem with Galaxy Gas. Is nitrous is for adults. Kids are ruining nitrous because they can't get their nasty little fingers off of it. Nitrous is for us. That's what they need to come out with. Elegant nitrous. You know, the way, like, if you smoke tobacco through a pipe, it's elegant. You do weed through a pipe, it's elegant. You dab a little fentanyl into a wooden tray, it's elegant. What would elegant nitrous look like? Whatever Kanye was smoking or trying to do? Elegant nitrous. I like to imagine it in like a instead of like a canister, because that is ugly. It'll be like the little micro capsules, but they'll be in sort of a sleek, kind of like a geek bar type look. That's actually all it would be. It'd just be a geek bar with a mini nitrous capsule in there and a lace nose attachment. It'll look really trendy and cool and sexy. Hold it right there, brother cousin. We got to take a break to thank another sponsor of this episode, DraftKings. Hey guys, DraftKings is doing something special because as the days get shorter, you might think, oh no, I'm losing time. But guess what? At the DraftKings Casino, the action is there to stay no matter what time of day. Play hundreds of games for endless excitement. Try your hand at classic table games or set the slots on fire with fan favorites like Cash Eruption. New players can play just $5 and get $50 instantly in casino credits. Download the DraftKings Casino app and sign up with the code COMPANY. Then press play on your favorite games to join the fun. The crown is yours. You got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-78-9-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus, physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility and other restrictions apply. One offer per new casino customer. Casino credits are non-withdrawable and expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/get50. Ends November 24th, 2024. Hold it, folks. We're at the home stretch here, and we got to take one final break to thank a sponsor of this episode, Shopify. When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Alo or Allbirds or Skims, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going cha-ching Mm-hmm. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade all your business and get the same checkout Allbirds uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at period, sis. No. It's a $1 per month trial period. You can sign up for that at shopify.com/companylot, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/companylot to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/companylot. On the subject of being invaded, I completely missed this. Robotic finger could perform your next intimate physical exam, which I would love. I have avoided physicals for sheerly being checked out by a guy with a bigger hog than me. I cannot psychologically handle it. That's what they do, right? That's what you do when you get a physical. The doctor walks in and he goes, "Hey there, big boy," and he pulls your pants down and he gives you a little tug. That's what a physical is, right? Where the doc comes in and he's like, "Oh, look at that monster," right? Then he puts cooling gel on your balls. No, actually, this is probably for the prostate. And this is probably like a godsend for the fellas listening. Let me read this. Researchers have developed an ultra-sensitive, human-like robotic finger capable of safely performing routine physical examinations like a medical doctor would. They say the robo-doctor could be seen in medical clinics soon. That is going to be really funny when grown men need to get their prostate checked and they have to sit down on a Sybian, essentially. They just put a robotic finger and it's going like this to them. It's like, "Come here." They're gonna put that shit on, dude. It's gonna be like a horse-like body, and the fingers is gonna be it's gonna be going like this. It's gonna be double jointed, so it'll go back and forth. Imagine my whole hand is the finger, and it's gonna stiffen up. It's gonna look at you, and it's gonna go, "Come here," and then it's gonna rotate forward, and it's gonna be petting where you have to sit down. It's gonna be tapping it. It's like right there, and it's gonna have a voice. It's like, right there, big boy, right there. Come here. Daddy's going to check your prostate. Doctors' fingers are diagnostic tools used to learn all sorts of things about you and your health, which is such a scam. I think that's just them trying to fucking play with you. Fingers are used by medical professionals to, for example, take your pulse, feel around your abnormal lumps in tissues under the skin, and they're inserted into, well, dark, warm places for diagnostic purposes. Chill out. Now, researchers from the Department of what is this? Department of Precision Machinery and Precision Instrumentation at the University of Science and Technology of China. Just fuck off. Leave this out of the article. Or abbreviate it. This pisses me off. This is too many big words in a row for me. They've created a human-inspired bendable robot finger to perform routine medical examinations like those listed above. Man, China's really ahead. They had the semen collection machine for the sperm banks. You know, they put the fleshlight in the, in the, how would you describe it? It's like an air purifier. You just walk up and it's got a little screen on there and you just, now they got this. Okay, physical examination is one of the most widely available, effective, safe approaches for detecting early findings of lumps and other signs of breast cancer. On the one hand, due to the lack of trained, experienced physicians, some diseases or potential risks might not be identified in time to prevent aggravation. On the other hand, a large percentage of individuals are unwilling to undergo physical examination, particularly those who are being examined by a doctor of the opposite gender. And this I've never understood. I'm not going to retell the story. I've told it a bunch of times about how I got my ass fingered by my doctor, and it was a woman, and I was getting checked for a hemorrhoid. And when I got this, all the dudes in my life said, "You didn't want a guy to do it?" And I was like, "No. Wouldn't that be weirder?" And they're like, no, having a girl do it is weirder. And I never really understood that one. If someone's going to be playing in my ass, I want a woman's touch. Okay, I want care. I want compassion. I want empathy. I want just some guy with hair on his knuckles. Like, all right, buddy. Anyways, this finger at its current stage of development looks like a pig dick. It's just thin and it's got grooves in it. They got a name for it too, BSF. Bio-inspired soft finger. Oh, man. That's me in a cold shower. The BSF. Yeah, it's got all kinds of technological advancements. It's ribbed. I can tell you that. If you're just listening, it's ribbed. This thing looks like it would hurt. I can't see how this actually would feel good. It looks painful. We demonstrated that the BSF can press and feel the stiffness of an object and perform safe and accurate robotic palpations similar to that performed by a doctor. Man, I can't wait for Blue Cross to get their hands on some of these and charge $50,000 a minute. It's going to be great. This will be exclusively for the rich. It will not be afforded to the common man. I can't wait for an OnlyFans performer to buy this and sit on it and be like, I have the only BSF in all of America, straight from China. Subscribe now for $10 and watch me sit on this thing. Hey, hey, hey. I wonder how many guys die from prostate cancer just because they don't want to get the check. Probably a lot. Someone close to me has prostate cancer. No, genuinely, they do. And when they told me about their initial diagnosis, and they were, kind of telling me, yeah, you should get checked early in life. Don't let it go too long. Basically, this person said the worst part about prostate cancer for him was the doctor checking his ass. Like, that's what he was saying, like, get ahead of it early so you can avoid having a doctor put their finger in your ass. And I'm like, dude, you have cancer. A guy reaching into your ass is probably the least of your concerns. You know what I mean? And this is a person who still has it. And still, despite it being part of their life, that's the most horrifying aspect of it all. Apparently you can live with prostate cancer. Casually. Yes, you can live with it. Check this out. The 10-year survival rate for prostate cancer is 98%, and the 15-year relative survival rate is 95%. There's a possibility that the cancer will reoccur even after the initial treatment. About 20 or 30% of men will relapse after the 5-year mark. That's crazy. So men are literally cancer. Men are literally cancer. I got cancer of the balls? No, I don't even know where the prostate is. I just know it's down in the dark place. Prostate location. This segment of the show is me teaching myself anatomy. The prostate is a small gland in the male reproductive system that is located in the pelvis just below the bladder in front of the rectum. I'm going to go ahead and look up a bunch of diagrams of dicks to see exactly what we're getting at here. Prostate gland. Oh. So it's above. I see. It's beneath and above. So why are they... Oh, Jesus, man. So when they're reaching in there, they're getting deep. That's why that's why there's all those stories of those guys getting hard as hell. Because they're pulling the ripcord from the back. That is That is nuts. That is actually crazy. Then you just get back there and boink. Oh, so I see. That's why. Oh, got it. So that's why everyone was freaking out when I was saying that pissing feels a bit weirder these days. They're like, because that's your prostate getting big. I might have prostate cancer, guys. We just diagnosed me. I have prostate cancer. Surprise. That made this episode significantly less fun and more scary. Nah, I'm probably good. Because clearly I can live with it. That's kind of cool to have a cancer where they're like, you have cancer of the balls. And you're like, and? Now what? I'm going to walk out there and it will be business as usual. I think when they fry up your prostate, I think it affects your ability to have an erection or something. This person I know delayed their prostate cancer treatment, I believe, because it was going to affect their fucking erection. Can you believe that? Yeah, it's a guy. You can believe that. Prostate cancer treatments can affect erections because of nerve damage, hormonal changes. Interesting. Wow. So it just puts you out of commission. So that's the big dilemma with the prostate cancer. Finger in your butt just to get your, the recreation machine fried, or do you get the cancer out of there? I don't know. Who cares? There's microplastics and everything. You're going to get some type of cancer. Isn't that fun? We're going to all get some type of cancer. That's the end of the episode. Bye.